have a duty to align with heaven every time and all time, so that I move when heaven moves. And when God moves, if you are not very spiritual, you will still be looking back, looking for him. When the chariot of fire descended and took Elijah to heaven, are you not aware that when Elisha took the mantle and then he was coming back, there are still sons of prophet who were waiting for the chariot? So when Elisha told them that the chariot already has come, they said no. They said, let us go all over the land and look for your master. Maybe the spirit has caught him. They are not aware of the chariots. They were still looking for where the wind had taken Elisha. So, but I want to say this to you, every one of you are members of this house. If you are part of those looking for the wind, the chariot already has come. Okay? So what you need to do is to follow the Elisha with the mantle straight away. And last week was a great outpouring. My duty now is to mobilize you into operation, so that the normal number of the devil, which is when people seek God and God visits them, he makes them go back into Kula. All right? You have over you a Sergeant Korofo. That's what we call them in Nigeria. Sergeant Korofo. The meaning of it is that everything that the devil places inside you, we shall bring them to Korofo. Amen. Empty them off you, so that you can move with what God had given you. So this is a time for us to really move. So yesterday we started a new move in this building. There was a new structure. People have been assigned into various duties. If you missed yesterday, on Sunday I will give you an opportunity to decide to serve in any department. Now we are not going to accept for ourselves laziness anymore. If it's only 10 of us who are already willing, the same heart, good heart, we run with the vision. We will not accept indiscipline from ourselves anymore. Indiscipline in the church of God is a compromise with Satan. There are some powers of hell that Satan sent to fight churches, and these powers of hell continue to fight Christians. They make Christians slobby. They make them, weary. They go to churches. I was listening to a confession of a white man, a white wizard who got born again. So I'm happy that it is not a Nigerian or a Ghanaian. This is a white man who was born again, and he was talking about how they attack churches every day and every time. And he was talking on the method they use, which many of you, if you have been in this church for more than a month, you will have heard me say one time or the other. Satan does not want you to attain destiny. So the battle of your life and my life is between God and devils, God and devil, angels and demons. And you and I can decide who wins in your own individual life. If you link towards weariness of soul, tiredness, you are becoming an accomplice of the devil. That is, you are doing what the devil wants you to do. Do you know that people who don't read before examination, when exam is coming and some people are reading, some people get fed up? You know that, I've been reading for 3 years. This is the last examination. One engagement here today, one engagement here tomorrow. Then the time for reading is been taken over by some useless stuff. And then, I will catch up until the 1 week to the examination, they start rushing. And anybody who does that, if you have been a student before in your life, that it is vanity upon vanity, all is vanity. It will be vanity, like somebody said, because you will never get serialized in your brain an information of 3 years while reading it in 2 weeks. It will never be serialized. They get to the exam hall knowing their result before they begin. So are you and I. If we lean to tiredness and weariness, we conspire with Satan. If what your zeal for the Lord diminishes by 1 inch, you are yielding your ground to the devil. And so in this new dispensation, I believe God spoke to us a lot in the prophetic voice leaders meeting, and last week he spoke so much to us. This is not a time to worship God as a second choice. It's not a time to go to church as an option. It is a time to serve your God and display to your God that you are really serving him. Some of the things I'm telling you, on Wednesday, mommy was teaching you from the book of Ezekiel chapter 33. And that is Ezekiel chapter 33. While she was preparing it, I asked her to tell me the summary of the book. And while she almost finished her studies, she told me the summary of the book. And when she told me the summary of the book, I said that, look, every Christian on earth, after being born again, and they have gone through believers class, maybe about a year or two to their journey, they should teach them Ezekiel. Because Ezekiel gives understanding about what the church is. It gives understanding about the church of God, those days, now, and forever. And Ezekiel is a book that I saw a lot of, the book of Revelation, chapter 1 to chapter 4, the letters to 7 churches, is all in Ezekiel. All how Satan operates, all how Satan deceives, all how Satan, infiltrate the lives of believers and make them lose their sense of purpose, that people will think you're working for God rather than working with God. You become working for God. And how God's wrath come after a long time. Punishment is the wrath. And also how if you are a believer and you do not tell those who are perishing that they will go to hell, and they die and go to hell, God will require their blood from you. So many things are in that Ezekiel. But our decision is that if anybody says to you that I love you, if he tells you what is different from what I'm telling you, I can say to you that that person truly hates you, bitterly hates you. He only has a face of love, but in his heart he really hates you, because we do not know when we will die. The people who were here in New Cross yesterday that I was talking with, I told them, as I spoke with you, you don't need to show me 10 minutes. I'm finishing in 3 minutes, because I'm closing this meeting in the next 8 minutes. Now, I'm not preaching to you today. I'm just telling you. I told them yesterday that, I was talking to you. I'm okay. Alfred Williams has no sickness. No sickness. I'm fine, verily fine. Fine indeed. I called one of you yesterday who is an exercise. I asked her what she studied. She's studying exercise. What do you call it? There's something they call it a portion. Not physiotherapy. She's sports science. Exercise is sports science. Now, she studied that, and I know that she will have many knowledge about my dead muscles, tendons. And I told her that I have begun to ask her questions, that maybe there is something I haven't done, and I know it's exercise I have not been doing. She said she would test my heart. I said, if you test my heart, you will fail, because my heart is perfect. They have tested me in Harley City, my heart. The man tested and tested and tested and tested me beyond tests and beyond breaking limit. And when he finished testing, he said that at your age, you should have a sickness, but you don't have any sickness. I said, maybe you are one of the doctors who give people sickness. Give me one. Give me one. But you know something? As sound as I am in health, I told them also in my GP, one day I went with my wife, because the family go to see the GP all the time and stuff. And I said to the GP, you have not to tell me, measure my blood pressure. GP said, what is matter? I said, you have been measuring my wife's blood pressure. Measure my own too. Aibamo. I said, we don't know, because what you ate last week, peradventure, what I ate last week is something that I need to stop eating. Just measure my blood pressure. She said, okay. She put my name in computer. She couldn't find my name. In the same GP clinic, I'm registered. She said she can't find my name. I said, what are you talking? You know me, don't you know me? I said, I know you are the father of the family, but the fact is that your name is no more on the computer. So what happened to my name? Do you have virus? He said, let us check. And they checked the computer and found out that my name, my file had been closed, because I was not treated for more than 10 years. They didn't treat me anything, so they closed my file and believe that I'm non grata. I don't exist anymore. So they sent my file back to the Ministry of Health, that this one, maybe you go and check whether he's dead or he has. So I told him, go and bring it back. Since they brought it back to today, I've not gone to him. But you know something? I may leave you now, and before I get to cathedral, I just pass out of my body and die. I will say, Apostle was healthy. Yes, death does not kill the sick. It comes to you when the Father says, come. I may leave this stage and walk this way, and I'm gone. And that is the reason why I warn you. That's the reason why I warn you. I will never regret in death at any minute. I live my life daily to make sure that if death comes now, I won't say to God, please let me, there is nothing to let for me. I do everything that I know to do daily to the best of my strength so that I can depart any minute that he wants me. Can you? And that is what we want to address from today. I told them yesterday, your act and your heart is what will deliver you on the day death will visit you. And he can visit us anytime. Those who die have plans for tomorrow, but that tomorrow never happens, not in this physical world. So because of that, we don't want the devil to rob anybody. We don't want the devil to rob anybody in CFT. All of us, we work, and we will work together, and we will help one another to attain the height. So if you are here sitting in my front and you belong to New Cross and you were not here yesterday, I told all of you who want to work for God on Sunday to meet me on Thursday. So that is contravention number 1. And according to the Constitution of Christ Tabernacle, you are liable to an offense committed under the act of contravention of apostles' instruction. So I summon you therefore that between now and Sunday, go and pray and ask God, where can I serve you in this house? Let that be your most prayer. And where God tells you to serve on Sunday, get ready to join the army. We will move together in whatever ability that you have so that we can serve the Lord our God according to the scripture, not according to our own terms. You are going to be shocked at what you begin to see, both here in New Cross and in Cathedral from this week. I was shocked really after your meeting. After a meeting, somebody in the cathedral called me and he says, Daddy, I just brought my friend to the church. Now talk to my friend. I tell you, when the woman was talking, with the whole of my family, we are part of this church. Thank God we didn't know that even this church is here. And when the woman was talking, the woman started praying for me, blessing me. For what? These are new people God is bringing to church who are entering the church with excitement. On the spot, she wants to know what she can do. Somebody who hasn't attended service, who hasn't joined church, is just saying that I'm joining the church now and I'm available to do anything now, and began to pray. She had listened to, of course, to my tapes. And people like that will come in, That's why you and I cannot sit on the fence, because they will run over you. They will run over you. Do you understand? We are the owners of the house, no problem. After you have been with God for some time, it becomes your papa after all. And sometimes it becomes your party in it. But something, we want to recognize the father in his office, regardless of his relationship with us as sons. We still want him to be our father, that we honor, that we worship, that we adore, and that we live to satisfy. And the Lord will strengthen you.